Hi, welcome to World Ice Hockey Championships 2015 edition afternoon game. We're having a look at the USA dressing room. They're going to be going up against Belarus in this Group B game, coming to us from Chez Arena in Ostrava, Czech Republic. I'm Mark Barrowald. I'm joined with
Patrice Lefebvre.
All right, USA bringing in a young crew. Some of the hottest college talent. Number 9, Jack Eichel. He's coming out of Boston U, as we said as well. Now he's joined with number 19, Jimmy Vesey. We're going to have a look at the U.S. lineup here. Connor Helbusick, together with Jack Campbell, have been dividing the goaltending duties. USA is bringing a lot of huge talent. Look at Anders Lee over there on the right-hand side. He comes in from the New York Islanders, together with Jimmy Vesey. As off to the right-hand side, he is actually playing out of, guess what? Harvard University. Jack Eichel right in the center there, he's at Boston U. So the United States is bringing a lot of college talent as well, to obviously preparing the terrain for the future for this squad, and they've been doing absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Young guys that are really motivated, get a chance to play for their country, and that shows right now in the tournament.
Kevin Lalonde has been getting a lot of the goaltending duties for Belarus, as we have a look at the Kostitsyn brothers. Where did they play in the NHL?
Montreal Canadiens and Nashville Predators.
So they bring some NHL talent to this Belarus side, which is obviously all the players, when they have NHLers playing with them, they want to lift the level of their game.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's Stepanov right there too with Kulakov, and a good duo as well for Belarus.
Belarus walks into this tournament ranked number 11 in the world, while the USA is ranked number 5. We're having a look at the Belarus side there. They are in their, obviously, they're predominantly white jerseys, so they will be the home team today. While the Americans, when they start arriving on the far left-hand side of your screen, they will be in their dark jerseys, so they are the visitors for this game here. The Zambonis have come off the ice, as we can see. They're waiting for the ice to dry up a little bit. Here come the Americans, being led onto the ice surface by their goalie, obviously. Okay, the home team is actually going to be the USA this time around, as we just heard. And they're coming onto the ice with their captain, Matt Hendricks, number 23. The captain of the Belarus side is number 17, Alexei Kalyuzny. We see him right there, coming up, following his troops onto the ice surface. And as we see the teams line up on the blue line for an exchange of cordialities between both teams, the captains then will skate over, and say hello to the reffing crew that has been brought in for this game. We see them right here, right now. Kalyuzny and Hendricks saying hello to the refs. The Americans are quick to get off onto the bench, as it looks like it's going to be Lalonde and Campbell. It's going to be Campbell between the pipes for the Americans, and Lalonde will continue between the pipes for the Belarus side.
And so far, it's been very good in the tournament. Ontario native.
As you have a look there, amongst others, Torrey Krug. He had a winning goal in a big game earlier on in this tournament. A lot of these American players have been stepping out. You see that the Americans are getting a lot of their players onto the scoring sheet, which is always a good indication.
Absolutely, and everybody's involved. It means not just a one-line team, but it's everybody's producing and participating in helping the team win.
Okay, they send out the captain, Alexei Kalyuzny, to take the face-off from the Belarus side. The puck gets immediately thrown right down into the American zone. We get a stoppage, a quick stoppage in play. Todd Richards, head coach for the American side, while for the Belarus side is Dave Lewis, an American. Get a resumption of play to Kevin Lalonde's left-hand side. The Americans are able to keep the puck in the zone. Falk throws it towards the net, hits a body, and eventually comes out. Here's a race for it. Big number of 46, Andrei Kostitsyn, tried to get the puck. Here come the Americans, bringing super speed to the ice surface right off the bat. Long shot onto Lalonde. It gets swept away into his right-hand corner. He's being helped out there by, amongst others, Stas, number 23, but the Americans throw right back in against the Belarus squad. Belarus getting bottled up in the own end real quick. And that puck is being chased down by Oleg Yevyenko. Belarus now gets their feet underneath them. Big number 74, Sergei Kostitsyn, is content just to throw the puck down the ice surface. It's picked up by Seth Jones. He works it out. Both teams get fresh legs out onto the ice surface. Puck bounces right into the mid-ice area. The Americans are not content with that. They turn it back. Now they ring it around the boards, and we get another stoppage in play.
Penalty coming.
Penalty. Elbowing, could it be?
Absolutely.
That is exactly what it looks like. Artur Gavrus. Yes, it is. Artur Gavrus gets an elbowing call. 1:17 into the first period. There it is right there at the mid-ice area. Coming in way up too high.
There's a good play here. Pass to the D and good deflection. Big save by Lalonde.
Good work by Matt Hendricks, the captain, in front of the net. The Americans keep the puck in the Belarus zone. Comes out to Krug. Krug working it in. He's by the Lalonde's left-hand side. Now they work it over to Lalonde's right-hand side. There comes the shot. Looks like it hit the post. What do you say? It hit the post?
The post or the helmet?
Oh, maybe the helmet. Yeah. Looks like got Kevin Lalonde right in the noodle.
Absolutely.
Watch off to the right-hand part of your screen.
Tycho, excuse me. Good shot, right in the mass.
Beautiful save. Beautiful save on that rebound by Oleg Yevyenko, number 25. Look at that, he comes out.
Absolutely.
Krug, that's why Krug was a bit upset. He said, "You took a goal away from me."
Absolutely.
We remind you once again, the USA is on an early power play here in the first period. Okay, that puck is shot over into the other side of the ice by Yevyenko. Oleg. Americans keep it in. Here's a big slap shot from Krug. Lalonde sees that coming in all the way. He gets his glove hand onto it. A bit of pushing and shoving in front of the Belarus net after that play. What do you think of the American power play so far?
Well, before it was a good situation right there. Crew probably should be a little more patient. There's nobody in front really, so Lalonde can see that puck easily.
Good point. Good point. A lot of these teams always go and try and clog up that slot area right in front of the net, looking to set up a screen or looking for those deflections that can cause rebounds as well. The Belarus team is able to send the puck down the ice surface, and it's corralled by Campbell. He leaves it off for his D-men, who bring it up into the mid-ice area, just coming up to 1:05 left in the U.S. power play. Here come the Americans. This is a good opportunity. Lalonde turns it into his right-hand corner. The Americans pick it up quickly, throw it out to the point. Riley does everything to keep the puck back in. He tries now shooting it over to Arcobello, Mark Arcobello. They cannot keep it in. Belarus sends it down. Campbell tries a long stretch pass down to Riley. But we get a whistle. Offside?
Outside, yeah, absolutely.
Troy Krug from the Bruins. Eichel shot coming in. Krug just about had himself a goal earlier on. Here's that big slap shot. He's been getting good ice time, getting a lot of shots on the net. And we has a good look at Krug. Tory right there.
First power play unit on the ice again. Krug got a goal stopped by Oleg Yavenko, 6'7" of him and 229 pounds. Taking a lot of room in the front of the net as well.
Yeah, try moving a guy like that, huh? Not easy. Anyway, Americans get themselves reorganized. Krug's pass actually goes right back down into his own zone. He says, I'm going to go get that puck myself and carry it up over the mid-ice area. They cannot quite squeeze the puck there. It jumps out into the mid-ice zone. The Belarus side wastes no time getting fresh legs out onto the ice surface. Puck is out at the point. Long shot coming right in from Trevor Lewis. He's the assistant captain for the Americans. Lalonde saw it. He squeezes it. We get a resumption of play in the Belarus zone to their left-hand side. As I said, Belarus comes into this tournament ranked number 11 in the world. The USA number 5. Belarus, of course, doesn't want to slide down that rating chart. So points are the big thing for the Belarus side right here. So they're obviously going to do whatever they have to do to get points. The Americans are back out onto their power play. Last seconds out to the point. Teams are back at full strength. Americans keeping the Belarus team bottled up in their own end. Nicely working it over to the other side. There's the fire shot coming in from Lalonde. Goes off into the corner. Connor Murphy, number 5 from the Americans, gets a rough welcome to the game. Oh, there was a possible big tip-in for the Americans, working it in from behind the Belarus net. We get an icing call against the Belarus side as we have a look at Artur Gavrus before, and right there for a second we saw number 17, John Moore Jr. Here comes that last shot. Looking for the old tip-in was Smith. Then he works it out. And that was Jimmy Vassay.
Just fanned on a pass. Good play by Arcobello behind the net.
Teams battling for it again in the Belarus zone. In fact, one of the Belarus players was closely watched by Lee. Lee, number 90, throws it towards the net. Lalonde squeezes it. A bit of a pushing and shoving situation there between Morin and Yavenko Oleg, number 25 from the Belarus side. Then he says, so I think Morin actually at the end says, okay, you win.
Just got a few inches more than him.
The Belarus side. Oh, possibility for the Americans, just a little bit behind that centering pass again. Okay. American side is able to keep that pressure. Finally, Belarus brings it up into the mid-ice area with Kikirov amongst others. He's joined out there by Volkov, number 85, who is trying to search that, skate down that puck. Big opportunity there for Hendricks. Lalonde got it, moved it off into his right-hand corner. Again, the Americans are getting huge opportunity for Hendricks again. That's 2 times. Belarus looking a bit scrambling in its own zone.
Absolutely. Been last 5 minutes, and of course they had a power play, but been in the zone of Belarus.
Here's an opportunity for the Belarus side. Number 61, Stepanov. Now Belarus is looking to, with Stepanov, to try and keep some pressure onto the Americans. The Americans quickly get that puck back, and they bring it right back down into the Belarus, into the ice surface. Campbell moves the puck behind his own net into his left-hand corner. Eventually, the puck was picked up by Kaliuzny, number 17, the Belarus captain, but he was not able to keep it in his own zone. Eventually, it comes back to Falk. Falk puts on the brakes behind his own net. Let's long stretch pass down the ice surface. Picked up by Nelson, Brock Nelson, a late addition to this team. Eichel, Jack, looking good there on the ice, dipsy doodling around, huh?
Absolutely. So, should be the second choice of the first round NHL draft, right behind Connor McDavid. Probably will go to Buffalo Sabres.
Lots of work being done by Shinkovic, Ilya Shinkovic. Turnaround though. Jack Eichel again, causing all sorts of headaches for the Belarus side. The Americans throw the puck down to the towards the Belarus net. Here's another big opportunity. Second opportunity, third opportunity. I believe that was for Ben Smith.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3. You'd almost think that the Belarus have a penalty right now, huh? The way they're getting balled up. When you go into, there's a bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. When you get a team like this that's balled up into its own end, does it take a lot of energy out of that team that it has to defend all the time?
It does, and especially you got to be like, depending on what type of system you're playing. So man on man, then yes, you got to be make sure that you're covering all your guy all the time. If there's a lot of not transition, but dipsy doodling and moving around, cycling, it's always tougher. So you always got to make sure you're in a defensive position, not running around.
There we had a good look at Hendricks, the American captain, with some of his opportunities.
There's one, there's two, there's three chances for Smith.
Well, obviously Lalonde, the Belarus goalie, he's saying he hopes they're getting it out of, the Americans are getting it out of their system, and pretty soon they're going to settle down. I don't think so.
Spent pretty much 95% of the time in, even 97% of the time in the Belarus zone.
For a goalie, when he's constantly under the pressure like that, he always has to stay in that crouched position, right? He can never actually relax, so that sucks away a lot of energy as well, right?
It does, but at the end of the time, too, it puts you in the game right away, so it's harder probably for Campbell. Had to face one shot so far, and hasn't seen a lot of action in almost 8 minutes of play.
And we're getting a resumption of playing. Oh, quick snapshot coming off that face-off by the Americans. It hit a body. Belarus is trying to get something going. They're sending in big number 77, Kitarov. He's being assisted out there by number 89, Korobov, Dmitry, the assistant captain. I think Dave Lewis, the head coach of Belarus, was telling his troops there, says, we can't go on like this. We ought to try and get some sort of play, at least in the neutral zone between the two blue lines.
Absolutely.
As we have a good look there at Korobov. Bringing the puck up for the Belarus zone. Gavrus skates the puck down. Oh, opportunity for the Belarus side. From Stas, Andrei Stas, working it right behind Campbell, the American goalie. Long snapshot coming in from the point through a lot of bodies. Campbell turns it into his left-hand corner. Here comes some good pressure from the Belarus side. Just unlucky. The Americans come out with Morin amongst others. That shot goes up into the netting where we get a stoppage in play, and the Americans immediately get a new line out on the ice surface.
We saw the unexperience there of defenseman number 6, Mike Riley of the USA team. Before that, Instead of moving the puck quick, try to hold on to it a little bit. Got pressure put against him and almost gave away right in the slot of his team.
That was once again seeing Ben Smith's chances that he had there, and we get a resumption of play. The Belarus side brings out quick. There was a centering shot right to Andrei Kostitsyn. He was not able to squeeze it. The Americans come up with it. I think this is Falk, in fact, bringing out into the mid-ice area. It is. Lalonde steers that puck into his right-hand corner. And here comes the Belarus side. Big number 25, Yavienko Oleg. He throws it in. It's quickly followed up by Kovirshin. Number 88, the Americans turn it around. It looks like the Belarus squad was a little bit slow on their changes there. Here come the Americans, throwing the puck at the net, just going wide. Belarus side is able to get it out. Here comes the big opportunity for Belarus. That was a super slap shot coming in from Usenko. Campbell was up to the task, squeezes the puck. Usenko.
Absolutely. He's got to stay focused. Good play there, Stefanov right there. Good slapper. Good job by U.S. players boxing the players out in front so that Campbell was able to see the puck really easy.
There's a bit of a difference in the Belarus side, and we're getting a resumption of play in the American end here. Belarus gets the puck, look for a quick snapshot from the point, hits bodies. The Americans throw it out in the mid-ice area. It's chased down by Jack Eichel. It's eventually picked up by Moore, John Moore Jr., number 17. He can't get it out of the zone. Eventually, the Americans move it into the mid-ice area. And Trevor Lewis throws it down at Lalonde on the Belarus side. That puck is skated down by Stas. He throws it out into the mid-ice area. There's the slap shot that goes wide from Trevor Lewis. Picked up, sent out to Volkov. He skates it down in the American zone, works it back to the point. Now it's looking like almost a 4-on-2 situation, a 3-on-2, that's for sure. Good back checking by the Belarus side. American slap shot goes wide. It comes out to the point again. Visay. His shot goes up into the crowd. We get a stoppage in play.
Good job by Seth Jones there. Noticing what's going on, jumping in the play, almost making a 4-on-2 right there. Making a good pass, stuffing before. Getting into the zone, good stop, good pass there behind. So Visay.
From Harvard U.
Absolutely. Right before that, we saw a great sequence by Dylan Larkin, University of Michigan, number 21. With the puck, protecting the puck, cutting in to the slot area, taking a good shot. So a good play by him.
Kovirshin gets the face-off for the Belarus side. They quickly send Andrei Stepanov, after the puck into the American zone. Belarus is able to keep the possession in the Belarus zone. That's once again Stepanov now over to the other side of the ice surface. They work it back to the point. Long slap shot from a lot of bodies. Campbell sees it, squeezes it, and that shot was once again coming in from Usenko Ivan.
Good job by Campbell again to stay focused, stay in there. Not a lot of shots.
Seems like the Belarus side is starting to get its feet underneath it. You know, it was a bit wobbly in the first few minutes. They resisted. Now they seem to be clawing their way back into the game as Mark Arcobello gets the face-off for the American side. They work it to the far side of the ice surface. Oh! Skate slave from Gamble. And Campbell takes away a sure goal from Kostitsyn, Andrei.
Good reflex by Campbell right there. Puck was deflected there in front. Changed sides, big pad save and big glove save right after in Kostitsyn.
Watches.
Good job by him, staying square to the puck, not leaving the puck over his eyes.
staying square to the puck as well, and that means that he keeps his position right between the pipes for the net, right? Not losing the net behind him as some goalies, as well happens to some goalies.
Absolutely.
Americans now back onto their pressure on the Belarus side. They're whipping it in behind the Belarus net. Belarus do some back checking. Andrei Kostitsyn, the assistant captain, works it over to big number 5, Yevyenko Oleg. Throws it in. Campbell can't control the puck. And we get a stoppage in play. It looks like we're getting a penalty.
Yeah, interference. Absolutely. What do you think of the refereeing so far, Mark, during this tournament?
Well, you know, not bad actually. It's not easy for a lot of these, even for the referees. The referee crews haven't been working together all that much. As we see Hendricks coming over there, getting kind of chippy, huh?
Absolutely. Right after the Kostitsyn threw the puck, didn't let him move. So I think it was a little bit of a, could have been actually of a, yeah.
Well, you know, with the ref crews
penalty
as well, you know, with Matt Hendricks, he gets, in fact, he gets 2 minutes for interference. But what you see right here with the refereeing crews, you know, they've been cracking down. They're starting to crack down on too many men on the ice. Very picky about having the face-offs exactly the way that they're wanted. And they're very, very, very particular about the stick work.
And the crease area.
Exactly. Good point. Exactly.
Very
as well.
much so. Right there, I think it's a bad penalty by Hendricks, but they both, him and Kostitsyn, got in there. Worst comes to worst, you get them 2 each for a roughing, but interference call right there is a little bit pushed.
Okay, power play for Belarus. They're not able to keep the puck in the American zone. The puck goes all the way down the ice surface. It's corralled by Lalonde. He leaves it, kind of leaves it behind his net. The Belarus side get themselves organized. It's left off for Stepanov. Stepanov drags the puck into the American zone. Bounces off some bodies. Connor Murphy having a bit of a problem trying to get it out of the zone. It eventually comes out into the mid-ice area. And Mark Arcobello is quite content just to throw it down the ice surface and go off to the bench and get fresh legs out on the ice surface. We're just coming up to about 1:10 left in the Belarus power play. We get a stoppage in play. As we have a good look there at number 89, Korobov, Dmitry.
There a long pass there, I think. From here we heard it, the puck was touched. The linesman called the icing, and the head referee saw that face off in the middle. Bad call by linesmen right there.
The Americans getting pushed down into their zone. Falk having it out.
Oh.
Having it out there with Kostitsyn, Sergei. Here comes Belarus, getting control of the puck in the American zone. They're working it up at the point. Big slap shot! Opportunity for Belarus. Campbell lost it. It was literally right in his skates at the end. That was a big slapper coming in from number 46, Andrei Kostitsyn.
Good job by him. He's definitely has to pick his game up, and he did last game when they won. Got a goal, 2 goals and an assist. In this one right now, Stas almost getting that rebound. Good job by Campbell, just covering the puck right away.
As we have a look at Andrei Kostitsyn. We get a resumption of play to the left of Campbell in the American zone. It's always still coming 45 seconds left in the Belarus power play. Belarus is forced back down to its own zone, getting itself reorganized. They have it up to Kalyuzny, the captain of the Belarus side. They get turned back. And eventually it is picked up by their number 23, Andrei Stas. He leaves it off for Kalyuzny, throws it in. Campbell works it around the ice surface. And the puck comes down the ice again coming up to the last couple of seconds, and then we are now back to even strength. 5:35 left in the first period. It's sitting at 0-0.
Seems like a slow game right now. USA started really strong, and I know they just had a penalty, but seems a little slow. Todd Richards, an old teammate of mine with the Las Vegas Thunder, the fun IHL, coaching with the Columbus Blue Jackets, now with the Team USA.
Well, he's put together a pretty good side for the Americans, don't you think?
Yes, very good.
And here we go, got a resumption of play. That puck is thrown in by Yavienko, Oleg. Jack Eichel trying to get a combo to come out of his own zone. Big work by big number 77, Kitarov, behind the American net. It just goes to show you how hard it is to move those guys off the puck when they set up behind the net. Again, Kitarov behind the American net. He is closely watched by Moore. But the Americans are able to get the puck down the ice surface anyway. Falk, in fact, I think was trying to bring some sort of fork-checking pressure. That's Brock Nelson gets the puck, winding her up. He's able to get it up to the mid-ice area. Yavienko trying to catch the Americans a little bit slow on their changing on the fly. Here comes the Belarus side. Drozd, number 13, works it over to the, again it's back to Drozd. He's coming in, working in behind the American net. He has it out to the point. Long wrist shot, goes wide. The Americans, you're right. The opening moments like Seth Jones and the rest of the Americans had total control of this game as we had a stoppage in play right now as we have a look at Arturs Gavrus making his way to the bench and the American captain as well, Hendricks. They had total control in the first minutes of the game. Now, little by little, Belarus has clawed its way back into this game and seems to almost be taking a little bit of momentum in these dying minutes of the first period.
Well, the thing of having a young team too is inexperience, and Belarus got to see that, and got to put pressure on especially on their defensemen. You have a young crowd, a young crew in the backside, so definitely have to go and put a lot of pressure, and that's what they're doing right now.
Andrei Kostitsyn getting lots of ice time for the Belarus side. He throws it out to the blue line. They throw it right back into his corner. He's being helped out by his captain, Alexei Kalyuzny. The puck is behind the American net. They're looking for the bit of the wraparound. Eventually, Lee comes out for the Americans, bringing it out to mid-ice area. 3-on-2, almost a 4-on-2 situation. Quick snapshot coming in, I believe, from Jeremy Morin. Comes over to Krug. Krug wastes no time. We're throwing it right back into the Belarus zone. It's almost as if the Americans heard us speaking, and they seem to be turning up the speed on the Belarus side right now. The puck goes around the boards, picked up by Moore. He wastes no time throwing up into the mid-ice area. And in fact, Stasenko wastes no time stopping that puck in the mid-ice area.
Good deflection there by number 12, Smith. Good save by Lalande.
That was the two number 5s, Connor Murphy from the Americans and Nikolai Stasenko from the Belarus side, bumping into each other. Here comes Arcabello. Arcabello takes a shot down into Lalande. He easily moves that into his right-hand corner. Belarus breaks up the American play. Puck bounces down into the American zone. Belarus looking for a late shot. That comes in from Volkov. Comes down the ice surface. Just under 2 left in the first. Belarus throws it deep down. Is followed in by Demkov, number 15. He has it behind the American net. Campbell's watching him closely as he moves into Campbell's right-hand corner. There's a big shot coming in from Volkov. Kitarov almost had 2 or 3 whacks at it. Let's see how it developed.
Yeah, but good job by Campbell. Good cycling game right there by Belarus. Always high guy open for that one-timer. Good job by Campbell. No rebounds right there. Number 6 there, Mike Riley from the USA, University of Minnesota, having a tough first period so far.
There we see Kitarov discussing it with his line mates on the bench as we get a resumption in play, and it pops out to John Moore Jr. And we get a stoppage in play right now as we see the American captain he got it mixed up with Drozd right there coming in, and he fell on top of Drozd. I think Drozd, nothing really much happened. He just lost his helmet. He got back to the bench. And we're going to get a resumption of play. Belarus has its big gunner out there, Artur Gavrus, number 91. He would love to get a shot.
That's a penalty right there.
Stoppage in play, penalty coming.
Bad penalty right there as well.
Looks like it's going to number 17. Moore.
Yeah, unnecessary penalty right there.
John Moore taking down Stepanov. And so what we're going to have is that Belarus will be able to end out the first period. There's Stepanov, who made his way back to the Belarus bench. And they send out, amongst others, Andrei Kostitsyn, who's been getting a lot of good wicked shots in on Campbell, the American goalie. Falk wastes no time to throw that puck down the ice surface. But Belarus will be able to close out the first period with a power play.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Try to get a 1-goal advantage going in the second. Oop.
Oh, they give it away. Bonino. Nick Bonino working with Arcobello. They work it back to Falk. The Americans just take the opportunity to whittle a few seconds off the power play and try and set up a fast break for Larkin. Hendricks. Finally, the Belarus side brings the puck down towards the Americans, but they can't get anything going. The Americans have no problem sending the Belarus side down into its own zone. Hendricks has a walk by. Stretch pass for the Belarus side. For a moment, Kulikov seemed to have a bit of a corridor. Here come the Americans again. That's big number 21, Dylan Larkin. That's it. First period ends. Belarus will have a power play to start off the second period for 43 seconds. We'll see you back in 15. We're watching the American side making its way back onto the ice surface, led there by, amongst others, by Seth Green. Making its way back onto the ice surface, get started on the second period. What went on in the dressing rooms?
Well, I'm sure that USA's talked about the way they've started the game. Put a lot of pressure in the beginning. The first 8 minutes, most of the time was passed in the Belarus's own zone. So, gonna make sure they're gonna create a little more offense, shoot more pucks, be a little more people in front of that of Lalande there in front of the net, try to create some havoc in front, and then shoot. Just play the North American hockey style. And for Belarus, I'm sure that right now they have a short power play to start the second period. Try to get advantage of it, but they've played the last probably 6 minutes to their advantage, created a lot of offense, shooting a lot of pucks, using the inexperience, of the defensive squad of the USA, and playing right behind them, putting a lot of pressure, playing behind their net, and using the defenseman for a good shot there in front of the net. Just they have to put some more people in front of Campbell so he doesn't see the puck.
Using some of those big Belarus bodies, like as we see coming out there, Kitarov amongst others. Hard to move people like that off the puck. I think Belarus was kind of happy that they could get into the dressing room with a tie.
Absolutely.
They were very shaky in the first minutes, but then a little bit with the help of this guy right here, Lalande, he was able to get some time for the Belarus side to get their feet underneath them. And Campbell, number 1, he's still between the pipes for the American side. As we're having a good look there at John Moore Jr., he is still in the penalty box for 40-some seconds to start off the second period. So what do you think, Belarus? Is it tough when you start a period with a power play? It sounds weird, but when you start with a power play, to get yourself organized and get the pressure onto a team?
Well, you just got to make sure you don't play nonchalant and play with aggressive and try to create something, take advantage of that 40 seconds power play. Get set up and then shoot that puck.
So obviously all the Belarus players have to come onto the ice immediately with their top game, what they seem to be doing right now. Actually, they're getting good presence in the American zone, working it around. Once again, behind the American net, that was Andrei Kostitsyn. He's set up right behind Campbell, actually. It's out at the point. They're looking to see if they can't work it in for a good shot. There comes the wrister. Holy smokes, Campbell. There's 2 seconds left in the power play. Kostitsyn, he seems to be a big factor in this Belarus side. Let's have a look what he did right now.
Tuck the puck, just come back on his off, take a good shot. Good screen by Stas in front. Almost getting a rebound. Good job by Seth Jones getting the puck there. Eliminating the stick of Stas, so there's no rebounds right there. No second rebounds. The puck went back to Campbell and was able to freeze it.
You're right. Excellent work by Seth Jones, huh? Not an easy situation. Campbell jumps onto the puck. And we get the teams are back at full strength now. Both sides will be able to get themselves organized. As we have a good look at Kovirshin. Campbell coming out, getting the right angle to his left. Belarus works the puck around the ice surface to the other side. It's kept in there by Yevienko. Eventually coming along, Belarus side. That's one of their big stars, Stepanov, trying to get something organized. He can't do it. The puck comes out and down the ice surface. Stasenko will go and pick it up, but we had an icing call against the Americans.
Bad call right there by the linesman.
We'll see what Kostitsyn's been up to here tonight, and then you can explain why you say it was a bad call from the linesman. He's been creating all sorts of havoc. There was his last opportunity during that power play to open up the second period. Why?
Because the referee is got to make sure that the guy is able to get that puck. Instead of going all the way to his end, then he's got to wave it off. If he doesn't make that effort, and it's close to him.
Okay, now I understand. Belarus thrown into its own zone. That's their number 14, Lisovitz, moving around to the other side. Broken up by the Americans.
Oh,
Lalonde like a cat. Reflexes like a cat. Taking it away from Brock Nelson.
unfortunately, Andrei Kostitsyn made a bad play right there. Tried to deke in his own zone against 2 U.S. players. Creating that turnover. You see right here. Good pressure. And great save by Lalonde right there on Nelson.
The Americans came in and put the old sandwich on Kostitsyn.
Absolutely.
Resumption of play. Belarus. Now it seems that the Americans are coming up and taking away that mid-ice area from the Belarus side, huh? Here comes Big Lee, Anders Lee. He works it over, left off for Riley. Riley leaves it off, works around to the other side of the ice surface to Nick Bonino. Oh, possible breakaway, break! Oh, Campbell came way out of his net.
Oh.
Huge possibility for the Belarus side. Campbell. Rarely have I seen a goalie come out of his net that far.
It was a good play by him, good read. Not giving a chance for a Belarus player to get a good chance on a breakaway against him.
Belarus sailing out Stas. They seem to sense that maybe that it is their moment right now, that they've caught the Americans a bit back on their heels, and that's why Artur Gavrus, for example, number 91, is out there causing all sorts of havoc. Huge opportunities. Big scramble in front of the American net. Campbell says no.
Again, number 6 from USA, Mike Riley. All kind of trouble right there. Just being manhandled, playing in the University of Minnesota in the NCAA. It's a different game. We see the turnover right there by number 90, Anders Lee, and good job by Campbell coming out of his net.
Volkov almost had himself a breakaway. Look at Campbell scrambling to get back into his net. It's almost like the carbon copy of the first period, but the teams have reversed roles.
Kind of.
The United States throwing out in the mid-ice area. Good work by Belarus. Belarus is definitely skating much better right now. Gavrus. Oh, opportunity for Visay.
Oh!
Woo! Lalonde takes away the breakaway from Visay, from the Americans. Jimmy Visay.
There's got 4 guys caught in deep there with Belarus defenseman getting in the play, which creates a 3-on-1 breakaway right there for Visay. Good read by Lalonde, staying with Visay, not making any move before that. Big save.
Does that pump up a goalie or what?
Pump ups the team, actually.
Oh. Americans working it in behind Lalonde, the Belarus goalie. Now they bring it out, looking for a short side shot. As Moore can't keep it in the Belarus zone. Here comes Belarus.
Oh.
Long slapper coming in. I believe that was coming in from Kitarov. Campbell gets his glove hand out there.
Both goalies helping their team out right now. Big save on each, each side.
Nice, very nice work. Kitarov and company have definitely changed things around as compared for the first period. We get a resumption of play. Belarus keeps the puck in the American zone. Comes all the way over. Picked up by Usenko. He throws it towards the net. Once again, it comes at Campbell. He turns it away. Usenko keeps it in, throws it deep in behind the American net. Falk gets moved off the puck. The Belarus side is using the big size of their bodies, but they're not taking any penalties up to this point.
Yep. Well, they took one in the first period for elbowing. That's it. They're USA. They're trying to force the play instead of making the right, easy plays, safe plays, trying to make plays that shouldn't be there.
Krug works it around the ice surface. It's picked up by Sexton, Danny Sexton. Oh, opportunity for the Americans.
Don't know why
Dylan Larkin.
Larkin did go to the net right there. Had a good chance. He's on the right, on the strong side coming in. Could have protected the puck. Go back in for and try to get a shot at net at least. There, nothing happened.
Gavrus sends it deep down into the American zone once again. It's eventually picked up and moved around by Gardner, Jake Gardner. Here come the Americans. They're looking to get something of a 3-on-2. They've got their Brock Nelson is out there with Jack Eichel. Gardner is on the point for them. Jack Eichel. The Americans keep it in the Belarus zone. They move it around to the periphery of the ice. Just look for the tip in. Belarus works it along the boards. Now the Americans waste no time throwing over to the other side of the ice surface. Yevienko throws it down the ice surface. We get a stoppage in play.
USA playing way too much on the outside perimeter right there. Instead of getting in and trying to get some shots from the inside, getting some deflection, everything is on the outside.
Now it seems like Dave Lewis, the head coach of the Belarus side, he seems to demonstrate at certain times a good amount of patience with his squad, because he knows that they can come out, of various types of problems, and they've turned it around here in the second period. It's still sitting 0-0 as we're coming up to 14 minutes left in the second. That is Shinkovich throwing it down into the American zone. Americans have a bit of trouble getting around. That's Kitarov trying to skate it down, bringing good back checking. Good work by the Belarus side, breaking up Seth Jones' attack. Here comes opportunity for Belarus. Long wrist shot coming in from their number 15, Demkov.
Again,
as we have a look at Demkov right there.
Again, number 6, Riley, can get that puck out there, and then Seth Jones trying to go 1 against 4. Creates a turnover against USA, and good shot, good scoring shot for the team Belarus.
So do you think Team Belarus was talking it over on the bench? They said, hey, look at that Riley guy. We should go and try and pick on him?
Well, they definitely talk about the experience of USA's defensive squad, especially with young guys like that. Definitely got to put puck on his side and put pressure.
You've got some very special musicians there in the Czech Republic. They waste no time getting the ice cleaning crews out there all the time, trying to get the shavings off the ice, trying to keep it as clean as possible. Huh? If you didn't do that, what would happen with the puck? Would it start skipping around, strange bounces?
Yeah, it's like it's happened before. 10 years ago, it was you know, different type of hockey. Ice was not as clean, so it made it a little bit more difficult. But now they try to get the best ice as possible during the whole 60 minutes.
Here come the Americans trying to get a 2-on-1 situation.
Good shot, good save again.
Lalonde turns it away. Oh, Americans turn it around. Here's another big shot for the Americans. Lalonde turns that one away as well. Kitarov trying to bring some pressure on the American D-men. They handle that quite well. Belarus turn it over. As it looks like Arcobello bringing it in, leaves it off. Visay and Arcobello are in the corner. Krug keeps it in for the Americans. Visay throws it back to Arcobello. They cannot keep it in. Puck bounces out into the mid-ice area. There was a big attempt by the Belarus side looking for a quick breakout. No icing called, as Kostitsyn goes in, causes the Americans to cough up the puck, but they can't capitalize on that. And we're coming up to 12 minutes left in the second. Teams once again exchange the puck in the mid-ice area. A couple of the Belarusian players bumped into one another. Nobody got hurt. The Americans get the puck in the Belarus zone. Working in behind Lalonde. Delayed penalty coming against the Belarus side.
Ice stick.
Against number 46, Andrei Kostitsyn. Getting it up on kind of high on Hendricks.
There's a chance by Arcobello. Good shot, great save again by Lalonde. Then another one, but I think he just went, no, Veve just shot wide.
Okay. Kostitsyn gets 2 minutes. Resumption to play in the Belarus zone. American power play. Falk from the point. Big slap shot goes wide. Comes around to Krug. Falk once again goes off a shin pad.
And Krug got hurt on that hit.
Krug has a bit of a problem. The American power play continues. Oh, good movement by Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel out to the point. They move it back to Krug. Krug seems to be okay. Eichel waiting. Throws it in, looking for the tip in. No.
Good patience by Eichel right there in front. Try to hit Lewis for the deflection.
There's a little bit of pushing and shoving, but that seems to all been settled. All right, the American power play continues as we get a resumption of play to the right of Lalonde, the Belarus goalie. Bonino wins the face-off, works it out to Seth Jones at the point. Arcobello Arcobello works it deep down into the corner. Back to Arcobello. Out to Seth Jones. Arcobello. He works it across the ice surface. Big slapper coming in from Seth Jones. Bounces up into the crowd. Stoppage and play.
That's what I got to do. They got to put 2 guys in front, get some shots from Seth Jones, on from the outside. Deflection. Good job there by Andrew Slee, big man there from New York Islanders. It's exactly his role he does with the Islanders. He's right in front of the net.
And it looks like Bonino is taking the face-off for the Americans as Stas gets waved out of the face-off area. Comes back to Seth Jones at the point. They quickly move it over to Arcobello. Arcobello, there's the shot from the far side. Seth Jones waits for his teammates to get set up. Bonino has it over.
Whoa!
Post. Hit by Riley. Mike Riley hit the post. 30 seconds left in the American power play. Riley, the fellow who hit the post, gets off the ice. Lee stays out. Seth Jones. Here come the Americans. Riley once again. His pass gets picked off, and Belarus wasted no time sending the Americans down the ice surface. Coming up to about 5 seconds left in the American power play. Seth Jones has had a lot of shift work out there right now. Eventually Dylan Larkin picks it up, bring out in the mid-ice area. Team's back at full strength. Kostitsyn. He's definitely looking much more active as compared to the beginning of this tournament.
Absolutely. Well, if this team wants to have success, Andrei Kostitsyn's got to make sure that there's a 2-on-1.
2-on-1 for Belarus. The Americans did a fantastic job diving down, taking that centering pass. Here they come, the USA.
Oh. Hand-to-hand action right now.
Gavrus! Artur Gavrus, number 91, scores for Belarus! Belarus 1, USA 0!
What action, hand-to-hand action. Kostitsyn getting a good chance. Good play by Seth Jones. And then number 21, Larkin, getting a chance. Lose the puck. Transition play. Great pass by defenseman to number 91, Gavrus, who picks a pocket of Campbell. There's Larkin right there. Great play right there, a transition play. Far blue. Gavrus far side. Goal. Nice goal.
Artur Gavrus is a sniper. Watch him coming in from that sharp angle. Gets it by Campbell, stick side. He's a happy camper. Now, 1-0 Belarus over the USA. Let's see what the Americans can do if they can step up the tempo. We did get some incredible end-to-end action, huh? Just Absolutely. In the last couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Belarus is coming in. Look at that, they're working at the puck, but they're not taking a penalty. Look how stingy the refs are. They're not handing out any type of stoppages and pays. They don't whistle that down. They could sit there for minutes if they wanted to, right?
Absolutely.
Jack Eichel brings it in for the Americans.
Oh, good pass.
The net. That was coming across to Lewis, Trevor Lewis. He just couldn't tip her in. Penalty being called. No, it's waved off.
High stick, was high sticking.
High sticking, waved off. Here comes Belarus. Trying to get another opportunity. Campbell handles that easily, puts it off into his left corner. Eichel throws it across the ice surface. Long stretch pass. Picked off by the Belarus team. Oh! Beautiful work. There comes another shot. All of a sudden, Belarus is everywhere.
Absolutely.
Energized. There's our goal scorer, Gavrus. Number 61, Andrei Stepanov, was out there for the Belarus side, causing all sorts of headaches for the American D-men.
Absolutely. Probably should have taken a shot instead of trying that extra move there on one-on-one in front. But still a good move here by him at the blue line. We'll see right here. Good play by number 11 right there, Kulakov. Right there, probably should take a shot, try and take an extra move. A good save by Campbell right there.
On Kulakov, in fact. As we have a look at Kulakov, sitting on the Belarus bench. But how one goal can change the entire face of the game, huh?
Absolutely, momentum. Momentum change.
Okay. Campbell's starting to make his way back to his bench. He's a big boy as well, huh?
Absolutely.
Tall fellows now.
6'3".
But that did not stop Artur Gavrus, number 91 from the Belarus side, from being the sniper and getting it in on the stick side of Campbell. And that's how it sits right now. Belarus 1, USA 0. Resumption of play in the American zone. Belarus gets the face-off out to the point, working the puck down around the boards, trying to get it in behind the net is big number, I believe, Yevyenko. They throw it out in the mid-ice area. Again, Belarus is able to break up the American play. Americans just aren't precise enough with many of their passes. Here come the Americans, 2-on-2 situation. Visay goes to in front of the Belarus net, looking for the tip-in. Oh! Belarus! Belarus! Goal! Number 85, Volkov! Volkov! Number 85, Belarus! 2-0 Belarus! Woo!
USA trying a cute little play instead of shooting that puck for a rebound or shot. Then it's a puck again, transition on the other side. Number 85 shoots the same place that Gavrus went, far side, stick side. There we see little pass, too cute. Transition, again, same play as before, behind, stick side, goal for number 2. 2-0.
Look at that. Holy moly, good golly, Miss Molly. How things have changed. Pat, phone up your buddy, the U.S. head coach, Todd Richards, right now. And tell him what he has to do to change this thing around. Who would have ever thought?
Hey, it's hockey. That's why this tournament is so exciting.
Wow. If you got any buddies who aren't doing anything this afternoon, call them up, tell them to tune in for this game because it's turning into a super hockey game. There was Lee trying to send it in for the American side. They're trying to up the tempo to try and get some pressure onto these Belarus players. Stasenko. They work it out in the mid-ice area. Lee is being closely watched. Oh. Here comes Bonino.
Penalty coming against Belarus.
Okay, the Americans. Yes, you are correct.
Number 77. Tripping.
Now, just as Belarus steps out into a 2-0 lead, they take a penalty. Number 77, Kitarov.
Right here.
What do you say? Like we were saying, the referees have been extremely strict on the stick work here at this tournament. In fact, you can see maybe some of the North American players who play in North America for the year. The Americans send out, amongst others, Brock Nelson to start the American power play. This is a desperate situation for the Americans. They desperately would like to get a goal right now to cut down that Belarusian lead, obviously. But the players who play in North America maybe have a bit of a switchover problem coming over here and playing in a new style, or no?
I don't think so, no. I think they've had success in a few games before, so I don't think it's an excuse right there.
Mike Riley was trying to do some dipsy-doodling right at the Belarus blue line. He gets turned back. He comes all the way back, picks up that puck behind his net, brings it up to the mid-ice area, throws it back down to Eichel. No, Seth Jones can't get her going. So Belarus just throws the Americans right back down into their own zone. We're coming up to about 1:10 left in the U.S. power play. And it looks like Riley was a bit almost disoriented, didn't know his role out there. He was looking around for his other players.
Well, he got that breakout with puck turned back behind, and Belarus is reading that really well right now, so he's kind of stuck by himself.
Volkov, number 85, doing excellent work on the Americans. Bonino, Falk. Puck is out on the point. Bonino looks like he's trying to pinch in, but Belarus takes away the puck from the Americans. Falk has to go back and pick it up for the American side. Under 30 left for the American power play. Falk gets turned back again. Bonino trying to work up some steam. He has it off to Lee. Anders Lee gets it over to Krug. Big slap shot from Falk. Lalonde squeezes the pads. We get a stoppage in play as we have a look at the assistant captain, Falk.
Good read by Belarus. Good job doing their PK there. And bad execution by USA right now. It's just terrible.
And there's your friend Todd Richards. He's looking a little bit concerned, looking up and down the bench. We get a resumption of play to the left of Lalonde, the Belarus goalie. There comes the wrist shot in from the point, looking for the big tip in was Lee. He can't quite squeeze it. The Belarus side cannot get the puck out of their own zone. Teams are at full strength. Oh, now they're able to chip it out in the mid-ice area. Here's a possible opportunity. Once again, oh! Goal! Belarus number 77, Kitarov! Kitarov!
Again, we talk about execution on USA. They try to make a cross-ice pass. Penalty's over. Good stick by the defenseman in that passing lane. Puck deflects on the other side. Kitarov comes out of the penalty box. He's able on the right side again to come out, get a good shot. Here, see that pass they tried. Good stick on the passing lane. Kitarov gets that puck. Cuts from the right side to left side. Takes his own rebound. Open net goal, 3-0.
Here's the original shot. Picks up his own rebound. It's in. What do you think?
Well, nonchalance on the USA side and desperation on the Belarus side.
Stas against Larkin. Belarus wins the face-off as well. They throw right back in. They throw Drozd, Sergei Drozd amongst others, was out there for a few seconds. Here come the Americans. Their play seems to be broken up by Shinkovich. Ilya Shinkovich sends it down. Stepanov throws it across the ice surface. Stick left out on the ice surface. Stepanov looking for it to wrap her in. In fact, Shinkovich was almost pushed right into the American net. He's out there. Play continues. Here come the Americans. They get Sexton. Danny Sexton throws it in, tries to get something going, but no, Belarus just turns them right away. Offside against the Belarus. Hold on. They're saying we're going to have a look at the goals here. Gavrus, the first goal, he breaks it open. Volkov. Kitarov gets his rebound, puts her in. That's how it sits, 3-0. Much happiness on the Belarus bench right now. There we see the fellow who notched himself the third goal against the Americans, Kitarov, sitting down onto the bench. Just under 3 left in the second period. All of a sudden, everything's changed. Can the Americans close it down a little bit in this second period?
Not
Pick
the
number
win.
25, Yevyenko. The Americans seem to be turning it around now. Here comes the USA! Goal! Goal! USA! Looks like Nelson, Brock Nelson!
And who's responsible for that goal? Number 9. Eichel.
Jack Eichel.
Absolutely. See the great steal right here. Nice move. Again, protecting the puck, using his speed. Backhand pass, open net, goal.
Right there, Belarus was a bit sloppy getting out of its own zone, huh?
Absolutely.
Eichel to Nelson, it's 3-1.
2 goals difference. You never know. We saw what Team Canada did last night, so
Yeah.
you never know what can happen.
Team Canada did a big comeback against Sweden last night. Huge game. And this seems to be setting itself up. We'll see what happens in the last 2:30 of the second. It seems to be setting itself up for a huge third period between USA and Belarus. But there's lots of time left. Delayed offside against the Americans, waved off. Belarus gets itself organized at its own end. Long stretch pass into the mid-ice area. That looks like Gavrus, number 91, it is. His shot goes up into the, over the boards, over the glass into the netting. As we have a look at Brock Nelson, he got the goal. He's sitting right beside Jack Eichel, the setup man.
Bright future for that number 9, Jack Eichel in the NHL.
Okay, good resumption of play in the American zone to the left of Campbell, the American goalie. Seth Jones throws the puck down the ice. I think we're going to get an icing call against the Americans.
I think it was a set play there, trying to make a pass right in the middle to get a 2-on-1, but too far.
Okay, Belarus. They just learned, even though you're up 3, you cannot have any type of letdowns whatsoever, even just for a few seconds. Otherwise, they come back and they bite you.
Absolutely.
The Americans getting themselves into, oh, here's a possibility. Sharp angle for the Belarus shot. That's turned away easily by Campbell. Penalty coming up against number 61, Stepanov, for the Belarus side. Looks like he came in late onto Campbell, the American goalie. So what do you think, what's the type of penalty?
All right, made
Roughing?
a contact right there, probably interference. Goalie contact.
Campbell has it. Stepanov seems to be just trying to jump by.
Get out of the way, actually. Yeah.
Whipped them a little bit. We saw there Zach Redmond out on the ice surface as well. Haven't seen much of him so far. But it is a penalty coming up. Stepanov gets himself a penalty. Can the Americans capitalize on this penalty in the dying moments of the second period?
That would be a huge goal.
Brock Nelson.
Definitely need to get some shots on net, actually. Get some people in front. Not look for that cute play.
Falk gets the puck, brings it up into the mid-ice area. He's being watched by Drozd. Oh, that was Eichel, I believe. Yes, it was Eichel once again, bringing good speed, hitting the blue line of the Belarus side with good speed. How important it is if, when you want to try and set up your power play to hit the blue line of the other team with speed.
Well, it makes the other team go back, can play on their heels, so it's very important.
We're looking at the American goal scorer right there, Nelson. He's out with Eichel. Obviously, your friend Todd Richards says, hey, maybe that's the combo, Nelson, Eichel. Let's see what they can do in this last minute and so. Last minute and about 5 seconds. Eichel. Ooh, looking for that little tip.
Oh, what a save!
Lalonde denies Krug. Krug was laying in the weeds, pinching in. Now Volkov is out there for the Belarus side.
Oh, Eichel. All you had to do is shoot the puck, try to be too nice. Did everything else.
You seem to be hypnotizing the Belarus defenseman. Out to Falk at the point. He moves it back to Brock Nelson. Big slap shot. Lalonde sees it, squeezes it. Penalty called. Penalty called. We'll see what happens here.
USA.
USA, the Americans. That looks like number 22, Trevor Lewis, I believe, gets himself a penalty. The referees are being very, very strict about the afterplay around the net. Here comes Brock Nelson's slap shot. Lewis comes in. Oh,
yes.
Gets a whack in there.
Krug there.
That's
What a save by Lalonde.
Krug comes out.
Right here, Eichel. All that you do is take a shot, try to be too cute there. Especially Lewis is on is a right-hander, so.
Trevor Lewis gets a slashing call, so now it's going to be 4 on 4 for these last 25 seconds. That opens up space for speedsters like Eichel, for example, or Bonino. But Belarus is able to keep the puck in the American zone, throwing it back in deep again. The Americans try and get themselves organized, having it out to Arcobello. Seth Jones trying to steamroll his way into the Belarus zone. That's it. End of the second. 3-1 Belarus over USA. USA will get some a short. Well, there will be players in the penalty box to start off the third. Call all your friends. The third is going to be a barn burner. See you soon. Hi, we're watching the American team being led back onto the ice by Campbell, the goalie. He took 3 goals in that second period from the Belarus side. The Americans came back with Brock Nelson after a super setup from Jack Eichel to make it a 3-1 game, as you see right there. Now, Patrice Lefebvre, your good friend is Todd Richards, the head coach of the American side. What do you think he was saying to his side in the dressing room?
Well, go back to playing the style that we've played that's made us successful so far in this tournament. Stop playing in the perimeter and play in the inside. Try to get lots of shot on net. Go for the rebound. Block the view of Lalonde, because Lalonde sees the puck, is going to make the save 99.9% of the time. And just make sure you move your feet, get some speed in a neutral zone, and puck behind the defenseman and go and put pressure.
That's right. Hel Busick stays on the bench. Campbell stays between the pipes for the American side. Those last couple of minutes seemed that Jack Eichel, number 9 for the American side, actually hypnotized the Belarus defenseman.
Actually, he's the one that's responsible for their first goal. Making that great move there on the blue line, protecting the puck, hitting Nelson for that open net goal. Made some new other things happening, and but just got to be less selfish and try to shoot the puck more as well.
The third period starts off 4-on-4 because, as you see, there are 2 players, 1 player for each side, sitting in the penalty box. Here comes Eichel. He throws it in there. Big number 57, Usenko, trying to get the puck out in the mid-ice area. Eventually they do. What's happening here?
Penalty for Eichel.
Jack
for
Eichel.
tripping, yeah.
Holy smokes. That means a 4-on-3. Look at it right here, right at the beginning. Actually, he pulled down Kovirshin.
Unfortunate penalty for him.
That's not the start to the third period that Todd Richards wanted.
5-on-3 right now. No, it's not.
No. Okay. Can the Americans survive 55 seconds of 5-on-3 from Belarus? Belarus should take advantage of this opportunity, don't you think?
They should, but it's 5-on-3 is always hard to score.
Why?
I don't know. People think it's easy. It's not.
Look at that. Okay. Belarus sends back their big number 74, Kostitsyn, Sergei. Leaves it off for Stepanov. Stepanov out to the point. There comes the point. They're trying to work it in. Goal! Deflection! Captain of Belarus! Kaliuzny! Alexei Kaliuzny!
Deflected right on USA's player. I think it's Trevor. No, it was number 12, Dan Smith.
There's the goal, goes to the captain. Let's see how it developed. They're working it from the point, back down into the deep down into the corner, over to the side. There comes Kaliuzny, shoots it in. It goes off of Smith, does it?
Yes, it does. Try to go with the pass across the crease to Stepanov. He's got his stick in the way, in the right place. Unfortunately, it just goes in the net.
We saw in another game the American defenseman Seth Jones knocking the puck into his own net. That's always a danger in this type of situation for defensemen, right?
Absolutely. And 5-on-4 power play right now again for Belarus.
Here comes Belarus. Minute 5 in their 5-on-4. Moving around the periphery of the ice surface out to the point. That puck comes back to big number 89, Korobov. Korobov over to the other side. It's kept in by the Belarus side. Eventually that's Stas. Well, here come the Americans. They've got a 2-on-1, maybe a 3-on-1 type of situation. Arcobello was looking for the rebound. He should have put it right back to Jones.
Absolutely, run timer as a right-hander as well. I didn't understand that melee there.
Puck goes all the way down the ice surface. The Americans were looking for a quick tip in from number 20, from their number 23, their captain Matt Hendricks. Here's that 3-on there. Look at Jones.
Yes.
All open. In that type of situation, do you think Seth Jones should have been calling for it?
Oh, he did, absolutely. But you got to see that. I mean, Arcobello was with the Edmonton Oilers before. He was taken off the waivers by Phoenix. Just struggling to find his place in the NHL, and plays like that doesn't help him.
Okay, 10 seconds left in the Belarus power play of having 5-on-4. Looks like the Americans are going to be able to get themselves back into full strength situation without taking another penalty or another goal. Krug works himself way back. It's back over to Jack. Big Jack throwing it across the ice. The Americans are trying to bring some speed and pressure right now. Broken stick, I believe, from a Belarus player. That came out, didn't it? No.
Not all the way, I think.
Okay. That was very close, however. Okay. The Americans are buzzing in the Belarus zone, looking for the big slap shot for the point. That was Trevor Lewis trying to set up one of his line mates. Big number 77, Kitarov, is trying to hunt down that puck in the American zone. He would love to get another one. He's actually able to break up the American play. That puck's been bouncing high up into the air. Huh? The players have been doing that quite a bit lately.
Absolutely.
Campbell works the puck over to Seth Jones. As the Americans send in their number 26, Jeremy Morin. Lee, his back pass is actually picked up by the Belarus team. 3-on-2 situation. Big slap shot from a very sharp angle, gets kicked out by Campbell. Seth Jones. Arcobello gets nicked a little bit in the mid-ice area, so the puck actually comes back to Jones. Falk gets things organized for the American over the blue line. Puck goes deep down into the corner. Arcobello again. He leaves it off for Ben Smith. Oh!
Oh!
Penalty coming against Belarus, but no goal. Okay, it looks like the captain, number 17, right there. Well, you know, he took away a sure timer from Ben Smith. Huh?
Absolutely. That's a good penalty right there to take.
Kaluzny, the captain, number 17. He just scored the last goal for the Belarus side. Now he gets a penalty. If ever this is a moment where the Americans want to start clawing their way back into this game, it's now, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, American power play. Resumption of play in the Belarus zone. Actually, big number 57, Usenko, gets it out. It was being hunted down by Kitarov, I believe. Kitarov doing a good job breaking up the American play in the mid-ice area. The Americans get thrown back into their own zone, getting themselves reorganized. Is Krug, I believe. He leaves it off for Lewis. Krug leaves it off for Eichel. Okay, the Americans are taking their time working it around. Back to Eichel again. They're looking for the tip-in, obviously.
Good play.
Goal! Goal, USA! Krug! Krug, number 47, Torrey Krug.
Great patience again by who? Jack Eichel, number 9. youngster, controlling the power play right there. Great patience. There's a good play here. He's gonna come back. Gonna wait. Look, look. It's Krug for a one shot, one timer. Great shot. Nothing Lalonde could do on that one. Good job by Lewis, exactly. Good job by Lewis in front of net.
Troy Krug gets his second goal of this tournament. And now it's 4-2. The Americans did take advantage of that power play situation. And as we've been saying over and over and over again, penalties play a big part of this tournament here in international hockey. You have to be disciplined. That puck was thrown in by Danny Sexton. Then he ran into a Belarus player. Offside against Belarus.
One thing I don't like about USA right now is they're skating with the puck instead of headmanning the puck.
Because the puck always goes faster than the man, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so push the puck up the ice. Correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Quick, as quick as possible. North-south game. Everything forward, and when you got guys going with speed, worst comes to worst, you just chip it in, you go get it back. It creates pressure, creates havoc, then you can start on your cycling game and doing in the North American usual style. Cycling, back to the D, get some shot, people in front.
We're going to see this, watch the left part of your screen. There's Krug, one times are in. Eichel gets himself another assist. All right, there he sits on the bench. And the teams get ready to get back at it. Just outside the American zone. Face-off won by Belarus. Belarus seems to be winning a good percentage of the face-offs here tonight. Teams exchange the puck in the mid-ice area. Out there for Belarus is Stepanov, as well with Kulikov. Stepanov now. He's trying to skate down that puck, but we get a stoppage in play.
Absolutely. Joe by Jones getting there first. Big face-off here coming up in the offensive zone for the Team USA. Try to capitalize right there. Try to get back to one goal deficit.
Absolutely. In fact, they're talking it over. They're sending out Arcobello to take the face-off. Okay, Riley keeps the puck for the Americans, trying to throw it in front of the Belarus net, looking for a tip-in. It eventually comes right back to him. He decides to wait, and eventually cycles it down deep into the corner. Arcobello has a go at it. Leaves it off for Riley.
Oh.
They had a good opportunity there. The Americans are creating more opportunities in this third period. And Belarus is able to throw the puck down the ice. It's going to be picked up by Seth Jones. He looks for a long stretch pass to Arcobello, but the Belarus side was able to get its players out onto the ice surface and were not taken by surprise. Okay, the hypnotist, Jack Eichel, is out there again. Stoppage in play.
Good breakout by Torrey Krug right there after that. Here's a good chance here by number 12, Smith. And a good play by Riley. Good save by Lalonde there.
Lalonde gets that right arm out there to take away that goal from Smith. Okay. The USA just rips it right back. Oh! Lewis almost was able to steal that puck. They are able to keep the puck in the Belarus zone. That was a whippersnipper shot coming in from big number 5, Connor Murphy.
Good job by Eichel right there, protecting the puck. Getting to the slot, trying to get a shot off. Unfortunately hits the player from Belarus. A good job by him.
Okay, Belarus sends out their captain to take the face-off. He wins it. Look for a long stretch pass, almost a breakaway for the Belarus side. The Americans want to do a quick turnaround. They send it down with Sexton, I believe. Yes, that is Danny Sexton.
Oh.
Breakaway, Belarus! Breakaway, Belarus! Goal! Belarus, number 17, the captain! Alexei Kalyuzny, the captain. That's his second here tonight.
What a bad play by USA. Trying to make a pass back to their blue line. Caught off guard, which gave a turnover. Breakaway by Kalyuzin. There's a play right there. Miscommunication. Defenseman is caught too deep, both of them. 5-0 goal.
Wow. Between the legs, right between the legs of Campbell.
That's a big goal for Belarus.
Huge. The second one for their captain as well. That's how you lead a team, right?
Absolutely.
You lead by example.
2 good opportunities for him. Well, even though the 5-on-3 goal was kind of a bit of a lucky goal, still when you put puck at the net, things happen. And right there, this one and the breakaway. Problem with the camera right there. Need some repair.
Well, now we're going to see how that last goal developed. Here comes their captain from Belarus, protects the puck right between the legs. Campbell can't do much, and there he sees the 5th goal from the Belarus side. 5 goals from Belarus. Pretty good, huh?
Absolutely.
Good production against the hotshot American side.
They're a sleeper team. You never know. You never know. It's like they have 2 teams in one. They have Team A and Team B. If Team A shows up, they can be dangerous. If Team B shows up, it's going to be happening with the first 8 minutes of the first period. They're going to play in their own zone the whole time.
Okay. We're getting the repairs done to the camera in the American net. That's been done. Bonino is going to try and step up the game for the American side. He does win that face-off. Off to Jones. He leaves it off for Morin. Big Lee is trying to use his body out there. The Americans are trying to cycle that puck down in Lalonde's left-hand corner. Bonino. Oh, nice second effort, huh? Nice second effort. We get a stoppage in play. We're going to see what the referees have to say, what they're deciding for that last, maybe encroachment on the crease.
Yes.
(5-2) Belarus over the USA. And look at this. There's big number 77 Kitarov beating the Americans to the puck in their own zone. Okay. Beautiful back checking by Volkov. But the Americans are able to bring the puck out behind Lalonde. Sharp angle shot. He turns it into his right corner. His players respond by moving it out to Demkov. That's followed up by Gavrus deep into the corner. Every time that this happens, that whittles seconds off of the clock. The clock is just coming down now. We're getting close to 10 minutes in the third period. The Americans are content to throw it deep down into the Belarus zone. Lizovitz tries to move it out. Gets picked off. Lewis. Lalonde eventually corrals that puck, and we get a stoppage of play in the Belarus zone. Klyuzny. 2 goals tonight. Let's have a look. Shot it in. Went off of Smith's stick. Here's his second breakaway goal, where he puts it right between Campbell's path, and what there we saw right there, a happy fan.
Absolutely. Rightfully so.
One of the factors, I think, is that Belarus has been winning quite a few of the face-offs here tonight.
Well, it's puck possession. Every time you win a face-off, you have the puck.
Okay. That puck bounced back and forth, and eventually it brings out an offside call. As we have a good look at Trevor Lewis, number 22 for the American side. Belarus wastes no time wrapping it into the American zone. They send out their Gardner, Jake Gardner, number 51. He works it up into the mid-ice area. Oh. And that puck whips into, I believe it was the American bench. No,
outside.
The crowd. I remember one time when a puck in Canada came at the Agrodome in Regina, came out into the crowd and hit my aunt right in the forehead. She was not as happy as that lady right there.
It's happened the same thing to my mother when I was playing junior major in Quebec League.
She's okay.
I had to go to the hospital for a few stitches, yes, but she was okay.
Yeah. As we have a look at Gavrus, Artur Gavrus, number 91. He's got, actually, he opened the scoring, I believe, for the Belarus side. The Americans eventually get it themselves organized, bring it out. Danny Sexton bringing it along the boards. Sexton. They're still trying to work it down deep behind the Belarus net. Sexton, for example, had a hot start to the tournament, and then all of a sudden he's gone kind of a bit quiet. Seth Jones corrals the puck behind his own net. Fresh legs out onto the ice surface. The Americans are coming up to about 8:20 left in the third. We have a stoppage in play. It looks like a long icing call against the American side.
Try to hit Nelson in the far blue.
All these stretch passes that these teams are using, that we're seeing long stretch passes, a lot of teams are using this. Does it really pay off?
It depends. It depends on the way that the other team is playing defensively as well. Try to hit the middle all the time. There's somebody there. It doesn't work. Creates turnovers. But if you go the way they scored the goal with speed, coming from one side to the other, using the boards, it's a good rate of success.
Oh, okay. Okay, Belarus once again being dangerous with big number 74, Sergei Kostitsyn. Kostitsyn again coming in right behind the American net, trying to bring pressure onto Connor Murphy. Moore. Actually, that's John Moore Jr., number 17. makes his way back to the bench. Resumption of the play to the left of Campbell, the American goalie. The puck is kept in by Volkov. Oh, possibility there was for Demkov. Another possibility for Demkov. That shot rattles to the right of Campbell. Demkov picks up the puck. Good hustle. Good hustle by Demkov right there. Going and picking up that puck, keeping the pressure on the Americans.
Yep. Killing time as well.
Now, Seth Jones waits for fresh legs to get on the ice surface. He takes the opportunity to leave it off for John Moore Jr. Eventually that puck gets thrown deep down into the Belarusian zone. Arcobello can't corral it. Puck comes all the way down the ice surface. Icing is waved off. Play continues. Smith moves it out. The Americans players with Redmond, Zach Redmond, trying to work it in back to Arcobello. They are able to keep possession in the Belarusian zone. It's out to the point. Off to Arcobello. Arcobello takes the long slap shot. It goes off Lalonde. They just weren't able to get. Oh, there was a beautiful, beautiful defensive play from the Belarus side. Belarus is now getting a bit bottled up in their own zone. Desperately trying to get that puck down the ice surface. No icing. The Americans quickly looking to, they wanted to try and catch Belarus on the changing on the fly, but to no avail. They get pushed back down into their own zone. Number 24, that's Zach Redmond. Leaves it off for Jack Eichel. They throw it in. It's chased down by Trevor Lewis for the American side. They are quickly responded to by Lisovitz and company from Belarus. Lisovitz rips the puck around the boards. Gavrus follows the puck, pushing Falk and company deep down into their own zone. Puck is thrown right back at Lalonde. Good work.
Oh. Great position there to take a good shot. Decides to make it pass. That was the problem for USA today.
Lalonde squeezes that shot coming in from the point. There's some pushing and a shoving. Shinkovic and Krug amongst others.
We'll see again the situation here. They're probably going to see the goals right here.
Yeah. Gavrus opening it up for, looks like a carbon copy there, Volkov. Kitorov gets his rebound. That takes a 3-zipper. And then Eichel sets up Brock Nelson, making a 3-1 at the end of the second. Right after that, the captain of the Belarus side gets his goal. Big slap shot from Krug from the point. And then the captain, once again, Kuzniak, takes it to the 5-2 situation that we have right now.
What we talked about before the game, different players had to be playing their A game for the team to win, or having a chance to win, and that's the case with Andrei Kostistin today. On the 5 goals, got 3 assists so far, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some of these players have been shining for Belarus. Arcobello going up against Volkov. Volkov gets the face-off. Throws it in behind the net. Comes out deep into the up to the American blue line. Belarus is able to push the Americans right back into their own zone. Puck is being followed by Kitorov, brings some good forechecking, forcing the American hand. And that is Usenko. The Americans get themselves reorganized. 4 minutes left in the third. 4 minutes. Here comes Belarus, looking like it has a 2-on-2 type of situation, but that shot from Kostitsyn, Sergei Kostitsyn, skips up into the netting, and we get a stoppage in play.
Sergei Kostitsyn, number 74, brother of Andre. Very invisible so far in this tournament. Not showing the talent that he's got, and hasn't been very effective for this team.
That's not bad for such a big guy to become invisible, huh?
Yes. Oh, big save right there by Campbell.
That's right, and the puck skips out into the mid-ice area. Okay. I think that was Jeremy Morin, almost pulled down by Belarus D-man. Belarus is causing all sorts of headaches for the Americans in their own zone, huh?
Absolutely. They've understood that that's their weakness, their defense, and they put pressure, a lot of pressure.
Bonino trying to, in fact, maybe the Americans look like they're kind of running out they got a little bit short of gas, huh?
Absolutely. They're definitely not skating.
Maybe it's the effects of this tournament, you know, having back-to-back games, one after another right now. Anyway, here come the Americans. Let's see if they can't get something going. That was Vissé, Jimmy Vissé. He gets turned back. The puck is kept in the Belarus zone. Thrown to the far side of the ice surface. Belarus patiently brings the puck down the ice surface. And they're beaten to the puck. That's Gavrus. Look at that. That was absolutely fantastic work. I think that was by set up by Sergei Kostitsyn.
I didn't see the number. Apologize.
Anyway. Mr. Invisible. Here come the Americans. Here's a possible breakaway for Demkov. He throws it out. Oh, just goes a little bit too far, but Belarus is able to keep it in the zone. Just over 2 minutes left in the third, as we have Volkov. He's had a great third period here, huh?
Absolutely. Belarus fans definitely probably didn't think their team had a chance to win against USA, but it's a whole different story.
That's right. Amazing. It's now under 2 left in the third.
There you go.
Yeah. Good work from Stasenko, taking that possible puck away from the Americans, but Jack Eichel is able to keep it in the Belarus zone. Throws it deep into the corner to the right of Lalonde.
Oh, what a play.
Do you think Eichel will become as famous as Sidney Crosby?
It's hard to say, but it's definitely got a bright future in NHL.
Eichel?
Absolutely.
Oh, here comes a possible break for the Belarus side. Number 61, Stepanov, throws it deep down into the corner. It's eventually picked up by Kulikov. Kulikov drags the puck along the boards. 1 minute left in the third. They cannot keep it in by the throwing out in the mid-ice area. They handle it easily. Throw it right back down. It's brought in by Stepanov. The Americans making a late charge. Trying to bring some speed to the situation is number 21, Larkin. The Americans just send the puck down the ice surface. There probably will be an icing call. In fact, there's icing being called against Belarus.
Again, Larkin, we saw before, coming on the strong side, had a chance to put the puck, didn't.
Stick, ooh, that stick. Larkin's stick skipped right up and caught Kulikov squarely right in the face. In fact, Kulikov does not look like he's too content right now with old Larkin, huh?
Absolutely. Timeout.
Both teams getting their players over to the bench right now, explaining for what they have to do in these last dying seconds. It's important as well. Don't forget that for teams such as Belarus, for example, at the end of this tournament, the differences for goals for and goals against sometimes make a whole difference about 1 point, whether a team goes on to quarterfinals or a team can jump up one ranking spot in the world rankings for hockey. Therefore, it is extremely important, the results of these games. The players obviously know that, and they send out, amongst others. Well, we get the referees still are not content. In fact, it looks like Kulikov. No, broken stick. Do you think Kulikov's going to go and have a little chat with Larkin at the end of the game, or no?
Don't think so. Was not intentional.
Okay. Riley working it down, throwing it out in the middle. That shot goes wide. Time is obviously of a big factor. Throwing it down the ice surface. 6 seconds left. Okay. The Belarus side is obviously pumped up and stoked and very happy about the results that they're going to bring home today. Patrice, you're working on your MVPs. Just wait for 5 or 6 seconds until we do get into the end of the third period. Puck goes down the ice surface. That's how she's going to be ending. The third is over. The game is over. 5 Belarus, USA 2. Big upset by the Belarus side as we have a look at the Belarus captain, Kaliuzny. He had 2 goals there. MVPs.
USA number 9, Jack Eichel. Belarus divided by number 46, Andrei Kostistin, or the captain, number 17, Kaliuzny.
Okay, just there's Lalande getting congratulated from his Belarus side. He came up with some super saves, just as Campbell did, but then Campbell, you know, came against an onslaught from the Belarus side. In a few seconds, we will find out who the MVPs are. Let's hear it. Just a few more seconds of patience. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that call, but
and let's wait now and hear from the Belarus side. The captain, good job. Okay, that's it for this game. Belarus upsets the USA. Beautiful afternoon game. Come on back in a little while. We'll have some more super hockey for you. That's it for me, from Mark Bearwald.
Patrice Lefebvre.
Bye-bye. See you later.